Man, I think it's been over a year since this guy over here, Josh Sneed, paid us a visit.
He's been busy, I suppose, traveling the world, making people laugh. Well, he's also a husband and dad, and it's that last role that brings Bob the Builder into Josh's life.
I can't wait to learn about this. Josh, good to see you again, buddy. How are you?
Good to see you guys. Thank you.
We've been looking forward to you coming back.
We do.
Everything's great, except my opener just got arrested by the dog.
Mike did?
So I need
Mike's
to
here
get a
in the
ride back to the
studio.
hotel now.
That's great.
Yeah, Murph, the drug dog, was here earlier.
So you got to fight. Are you looking for an opener? We might be able to help you out.
Yeah, you guys come out.
We
He'll do as good a job as he does. No, I'm kidding. He's very funny. I brought him with me from Cincinnati. So.
Great,
Good.
Yeah.
great.
Deal. Hey, we were talking about, we showed that picture before the commercial break of Bob the Builder.
Yeah.
Right? My kids aren't, my son is 5, he's not into Bob the Builder, but I guess you know a little bit about Bob,
he doesn't watch
right?
Bob the Builder. That material was generated when I used to watch my niece. When I was off the road, I would watch my niece. But now my kid, you know, I've learned a lot from watching my niece, so I've tried to steer him in directions to get. He's into shows that I'm into, so it makes it better. You know what I mean? Like, I don't let him watch the Disney Junior. He's watching Star Wars and
I agree.
Legos and stuff like that.
It makes it more tolerable when you watch.
If I got to watch
kids.
it over and over again, it needs to be something I want to watch
But
over and over.
what was your gripe with Bob the Builder,
And
with
plus,
your niece?
people want you to talk about Bob. Why do people want you to talk about Bob the Builder?
Well, you know, basically, you know, as a comic, I try to champion the stress and the cries of the common person, right?
Of the people.
And what I've learned is that parents or people who watch small children have the complaint of having to sit through these awful shows, not just watch them once, but watch the same episodes over and over and over again. And my biggest problem with Bob the Builder was just it glorifies, it makes kids go, I want to be a construction worker, which is awesome, but for the wrong reasons, right? They think they're going to grow up and have the machines sing songs when they're working, and you know, it takes a lot of really bad drugs for something like that to happen. So I'm just trying to steer my child in a more, you know, a practical direction.
Right,
You know,
like superheroes
you either have
with
to be
capes.
a Jedi or a baseball player.
Right.
It's-
Bob the
right, 'cause
Builder is
that's
misleading.
practical.
Is what
That's
we
right,
say. It's
exactly.
misleading.
Absolutely.
How is family?
Everybody's great.
Good.
Yeah, the boy will be 4 in July.
Is he
and,
developing a sense of humor yet? Because that's such a fun age, you know, where their
He
voice
is.
starts to emerge.
He actually got to see me perform for the first time. Well, the first time he saw me, I was on TV. They showed my Comedy Central special on Thanksgiving during the Macy's parade, and we were flipping through the channels, and all of a sudden he saw me, and it just blew his mind. And he looked at my wife, and he was like, I have 2 dads? Because I was sitting right there. And then he was like, when is that dad coming home? As if to say, I don't know who this guy is, but this dude is hilarious and skinnier, and he should be here. So, but he got to see me perform live about a month ago, and so now he pretends like he's a comedian. And it's
gosh.
really
That's
cute.
great. That's fun. That's a fun age, too. I was doing some major research on you before you came to remind myself of everything, so I went to Wikipedia, as we all do. Did you write that Wikipedia page? Who
No.
wrote that? 'Cause
I have no
there's
idea.
There's some comedy in there, like talking about the water cooler and like.
Oh, okay. Well, they copied my bio then.
But that's
okay?
legitimate.
Good
That
bio?
story is legit,
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
used to work at Procter Gamble in Cincinnati.
Like an
and,
analyst or something?
Yeah, that was 14 years ago. I left there in July. Friday, July 13th. That was my last day.
Here's what's interesting to me. Procter Gamble, of course, huge company, dozens of brands under that umbrella. They hire less than 1% of all applicants that walk through the door. But they saw something in you, and then you stayed for, and then you did stand-up.
Where do you get these statistics? How do you know
I
this?
get into the research.
You did the research of
So
Procter
Procter
&
&
Gamble?
Gamble, I did, but I felt like you must have been a world beater if they hired you, like you knew your stuff.
Well, I did know my stuff back then. I used to be really smart, and you know, I found myself at age 24 in the basement. You know, in essence, it was they called it the terrace, but there were no windows.
The terrace.
And they actually put a camera on the side of the building, and then a TV in the middle of our area, so that if we wanted to see what it looked like outside, we could just go look at the TV. That's 100% true story. But at 24, I felt like I was at an age where if I left to do comedy and it didn't work out, then you know I'd have time to sort of bounce back in life. And you know,
So
luckily
you didn't think it was as big of a risk, that transition from Procter
no,
Gamble?
I mean it's an easy. If you compare them side by side, I mean Procter & Gamble is a great company, and you know if I was going to be in the corporate world, I would love working there. But when you compare it to telling jokes for a living, it's a pretty easy decision.
Well, at 24, you don't have a mortgage, you don't have kids, you don't have a family, so
right.
There was less
and I'm not walking out of a meeting at Procter Gamble where some girl's like, "That was an amazing PowerPoint presentation. Would you mind signing?" You know.
That happens to you now.
It used to.
That's a challenge to anyone watching.
We got to wrap it up,
show.
but I want to talk about unsung hero. Your
Yeah,
album,
my
right?
new album that came out
Brand
last
new.
year. That was a picture taken a couple days after my son was born.
Is that your wife?
Your wife's a good sport.
She is a great sport. So he was 2 days old in that picture, and we just did it for fun. And then I started writing material sort of based around, you know, sarcastically speaking about how the husband is the unsung hero.
Well, it's been more than a year since Josh Sneed has joined us at the Funny Bone in Omaha, so you've got 5 shows to see him between tonight, tomorrow, and then 1 on Sunday. The number on the screen, that's the Bone phone. Call to get tickets, 493-8036, or visit funnyboneomaha.com.
Thanks,
Josh, good to
You
see
guys
you.
are great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for
Always
being
good
here.
to see you.
We
Thank you.
appreciate your time. Monday, we'll welcome one of the area's most talented groups.
Yeah, that's just part of our full show preview. After we got a styling picture of the day, Mary. Styling.